just looking for my next meal. I'm just looking for my next meal. Can I drink that water? Cluck, cluck, cluck. Can I drink that water? Cluck, cluck, cluck. I'm just a dog. Oh, I'm just a dog. Oh, there's my mom. Oh, there's my mom. Oh, that's a good question. I try to ask my question, like ask myself that question a lot, as often as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have like a consistent answer. Like Layla. She may annoy me here and there, but it's my dog, it's my girl. And I think having access to talk to you, my siblings, and all that. Even though, like, you know, I don't always like go out, but like knowing that I have access to that, it's very helpful. Yeah, those are kind of my small joys. I'm of course like music, and you know, and lately I've been like playing with my action figures again.
That's good.
And that's been a lot of fun. It's been helping like with my control issues and stuff. But yeah, those are some of my small joys. You know.
Alrighty. My name is Christina. Anywho, I'm 28. Know how it is. It can never hurt me. It can never cuss me out. It can never break my heart. The only time it could, though, is if I was empty. Y'all felt that? If I was empty. And then when I get it back, I'm fulfilled. This ain't the only thing, but top.
Honestly, a small joy in my day that I never get tired of is just being outside. I have this little app called Finch, and sorry, there was a bug. And it has I can make little goals and check them off. And one of the goals that I've had for a while is it's titled Touch Grass, because I think that's a really funny way to put it. But it's just like a little reminder to just spend some time outside. I and many other neurodivergent people, we tend to just kind of cloister ourselves in our rooms and kind of forget to step away from the digital world and, not get stuck in a hyper focus. But I also find that, even if I am just doing my hyper focus thing, but I'm outside, I know that's good for me. So it's just the sunshine, the feeling of grass or dirt on my feet. Like, it's just, I never get tired of that.
Okay, hold on, but this needs to be clear.
Give up your Will Smith. Pursuit of happiness.
I may.
Here, you want motivation? You just got out the bathroom. You have your son next to you.
Rodney. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Born and raised here. Been here basically my whole life. I've traveled a little bit, but from Dallas, Texas. Playing the game. Smoking blunt, playing the game. I think I go back home preferring to play the game every single damn day. If it's a good game to play. Lately ain't been no damn good games to play. Shit. And drive cars. Race. That's my shit. Race.
Okay, I am Bailey. I'm 31, and I'm from Waxahachie. Ooh. I really like having my own time in my car. So it's kind of like my space after I drop the kids off. Sometimes it might not be that long of a drive, but I get to kind of do what I want, decompress. I can sit in the car for however long I want to. I can listen to what I want to, whether that's like a podcast or music. So I'll never get tired of my time in my car.
Where are you from?
Theo Sage Doll, Jersey State, New Jersey, 28 years old. Waking next to people I care for.
I am Lillian. I'm from Dallas, and I am 52 years old. Peace. Peace. That's a small joy, a big joy. The older you get, the more important peace is. Peace and quiet. So peace, I have learned. It used to be gardening, because I'm an avid gardener. It used to be painting, because I paint. It used to be, me creating things and having art projects and all of that. Busyness is not the small joys anymore. It's the small moments of peace.
You're asking really good questions, and those are questions I think about all the time too.
Thank you.
There's one by Pigeon John called Identity Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's really bouncy. It talks about like kind of the duality of his own personality of not being rap enough, not being weird enough, not, should I have my hair long, should I have my hair short, and am I enough for music and stuff like that. Oh shit.
I didn't raise you like that.
Pigeon John's Identity Crisis has been like the song that anytime it comes on, I don't skip it because it feels just like so correct. There's for the longest I thought the song, and this is so, dramatic and morbid or whatever, but Human Sadness by the Voids. I thought that was like my theme song for a while. Just, dealing in depression. But for the longest, I've been trying to make sure that I don't make depression my identity, and make sure that like that I'm not my suffering, that I'm not my sadness, and that it's a part of me. It's stuff that's happening to me. It's an illness, but it's not me. So I purposely changed my theme song from Human Sadness by the Voids to Pigeon John's Identity Crisis, which is more topical, and it's played whimsically, so it's not like too overly heavy. I think it's something that everyone can identify with,
I didn't ask for a free ride. I didn't ask you to. Oh, we're live. Okay, so I mean, she eats every time, Lady Gaga. You can never, anything she sings, you just know, like, she's right. It is what it is. I did leave the sock in the bathroom. You're right, lady. You're right, lady. Oh, because she's that woman. Y'all get me? Y'all get me? Toast.
That is a good question.
It's a hard one, huh?
Because, like, my gut answer is actually one of Christian songs. And I know it's not, like, fully the spirit in which it was written, but more of, like, I guess a little my interpretation of it. But it's Overwhelmed and Over It a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know that for him, the song is like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. But I always take it as a, the years start coming and they do not stop coming. And the only way there's nothing else to do but just get through it. But good Lord, like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. And then you just kind of, sometimes you got to be the little girl and the grandpa at the same time. And just tell yourself acknowledge that you're tired of this, and also tell yourself that that's too damn bad, and keep digging.
A theme song.
2 hours later.
Damn, I don't know about that one. We got to come back on that one. I don't know, y'all.
That's okay. That's
I'm
okay.
gonna have to know about that one.
That's okay.
Ooh, my life had a theme song. I know my favorite song is "Tiny Dancer" by Elton John.
Yes.
And I guess maybe if I had a theme song, that could be a good one. Especially with the dancing theme, and I've always felt really close to the Blue Jean Baby. It just seems really fitted for me. I am a small town girl, and so it kind of feels like that small town vibe going into big time, ideas.
Yeah.
So maybe that.
For real? Alright. A theme song my life would have would be, and you can sing it with me now, I'll teach you the words. Here we go. Elemental nuts, elemental nuts, elemental nuts. Why? Because I'm zany like that. You never know I'm going to be priced or hit you in the dick. Next question.
Oh, that's a good one. If you see me in the streets, hey, you don't know me. You know that song?
That's awesome.
Because you don't know me. Okay? Don't act like you know me. You don't know me. All right? If I knew all the words, I would say all the words, but T.I. got it right. Don't pretend, hey. The older you get, and I would just say, the more refined, like like a nice glass of wine you get, the more you fine tune who is around you and your company, and the more you realize that majority of people don't have it together. They don't have a clue. They're trying to figure this thing called life out, just like I am. So if you see me in the streets, hey, you don't know me.
Unsure.
Chaos.
Resilient.
Shit.
Divided.
Potential.
Confusion.
A lot of words I was thinking of. I was like bleak, dark, and all that. And again, in trying so hard and to not bathe in my own darkness, I think unsure feels like a peak of hope, because there is a lot of good in the world. There is. And there's enough people in this world who have hope that I have to remember that we as humans can change the trajectory of our own life if we are on one accord, or I don't know. I feel like it can go either way. It can go dark or bad, but that's all up to us. So unsure feels like a step in the direction of hope, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
I want to be hopeful. I want to be hopeful. I know that a lot of people are struggling to see that things can get better. And it's one of those things in sort of like almost in a dark way of like, Mother Earth is resilient, and she'll, the planet will still keep spinning after we burn ourselves out. But like everyone else here would like to not burn ourselves out. So if we could keep doing that, like the story's not going to end when humanity does, but like maybe we don't rush to that ending. But like also humanity is resilient, like New York just elected not just its first Muslim mayor, which is huge, but also its first socialist mayor. In a country where fascism is on the rise, and alt-right nationalism has never been more brazen. We just elected somebody whose goal is to make the transportation free and the rent affordable in one of the biggest cities in the country. And that's huge. Just because it's scary, that doesn't mean that the fight is over, but it means that the fight is winnable, and it always has been. We just have to keep fighting. We have to be resilient. I think we can make it through.
Shit. That was real easy. Shit. It's okay. But it'll get better though. But it's still shit. The world is shit for a few reasons. We got people in power with too much money. We got people fucking up the system. We got people fucking up the flow. We ain't got no real peace. No peace. Peace does not actually exist. Peace is fake. They tell you peace is what they looking for, but ain't no peace. They want to watch you. They want to hold you. They want to clone you. They want to secure you. They want to use you. There is no peace. There is none of that. Yeah. Shit.
It doesn't really matter which side you're on. We're extremely divided. I feel like we really need to put ourselves back and, put the Lord and, Christ kind of centered back into our lives. And I feel like that would kind of help people drive themselves in a better way. But there's so many opposite ends for everything. Everybody is super sensitive, angry, upset, just about anything, everything. So it's hard to like find that peace.
I think there's a lot of good people doing good things, and there's enough bad people to take them down. I never said a lot or a number. I think there's just enough. I think it's us to overcome them to make the world a better place.
We are in 2025, and not only is America full of chaos and confusion, there should never be a time where there's breaking news every hour. There should never be a time that there's breaking news every hour. That means that somebody is doing too much, because there should never be breaking news every hour, every other hour. Every day, every morning you wake up, you're wondering, oh my God, are we entering World War III? Or, what chaos and confusion has happened. That's why peace is so important. Quietness is so important.
I don't shy away from the topic at all on Instagram, in my music, or anything like that. That we've gotten too comfortable in fascism, and that we've gotten too comfortable in letting the 1% take control of our every being, and not to have autonomy over our own health and everything in between, our own money. The worry is fascism. The worry is the comfortability in capitalism, and the worry of not exploring things that are uncomfortable to you, and the worry of not educating yourself because it makes you uncomfortable. A lot of what I've done for myself of radicalizing myself, of positively radicalizing myself, is to learn things that make me uncomfortable. If I didn't, then I think I'd be homophobic. I think I'd be something of an Uncle Tom. But I tried so hard to not be the things that I hated. I didn't want to be it. I hated Klansmen, so I wanted to study everything I could about Klansmen to stay away. Obviously. But yeah, those are the things that worry me.
Social media. I feel like it's not going the right direction like it used to. Back then it used to be fulfillment, fun. Everything was fun. Now it's more of I'm gonna go in my shower and cry for the next 3 minutes listening to the good old fashioned Frankie Beverly or something like that, or something anything in the shower. Probably some Janae Aiko. That's the best bet.
Piggybacking off of the last question, I worry that we're losing hope. This is a winnable fight. It's not. We could change the world if we keep at it, but it's not going to be, 1 in 90 minutes and a musical montage. It's an ongoing fight. It's something that we have to continue fighting. It's never going to be over. It's just going to be different. And I think a lot of people are seeing that, it's fascism. We're cooked. That's it. That's over. We just gotta wait for, someone else to come and save us now. And that's not, first of all, that's never how America has worked, but also, that's not really how the world works. Nobody ever gave up. Not fully, not completely, but that means that we can't give up either. We have to keep going.
If you've ever watched the show Altered Carbon, I say that to everybody. If you've ever seen it, looked at it, go watch it. That's where I see the world going. Basically, how it talks about how they're able to. You can't die. You can't die. No, like your soul just gets stuck in this. Well, it's not even your soul. They clone your consciousness inside this little disc. About probably no bigger than this, no bigger than the C block cube. They stick it in your vertebrae, and every time that you need to be moved from one body to the next, they call it a stack. They pick it up or they pull it out your whatever they gotta do, and they put it in a little box, container, storage unit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what they gonna put. That's why I see the world going.
What worries me most is that I have a son who's autistic. He's nonverbal. I hate the idea of having to leave him one day, especially in a society that might not accept him for being different. So he's on a completely different scale as most human beings, and it's really hard to digest the idea that I might not be here to protect him anymore.
Lack in both effort and what's that word? It's like we notice something. So our effort and like our surroundings, like how we notice things. If we don't notice or put effort in our people, then we're not gonna receive good things out of it. So like a good metaphor is like taking care of your house. If you take care of your house, it appreciates in value. If you don't take care of it, depreciates in value. So it gets, rusty and shingles just like a person. If you don't take care of it, they get old, decrepit, evil, or just, lack of person. If you take care of a person or people, human society, you get more out of it.
I think, and I'm speaking from the standpoint of being an American, I think most Americans, a lot of Americans, not most, some Americans have forgotten that we are Americans, that I am your sister, I am your brother, I am your neighbor. And we have lost sight of that. It's like an internal family fight that is going on at a funeral. That's what it feels like. And I don't want to be a part of it. I have no interest at all. I am looking for good news.
I'm really big on community. I think that a lack of community can make you hungry for any sort of community. And I think if you're hungry for community and the people who are giving you that attention, that ear is very important. So if you're like, hey, I need people to talk to, and the only people who are willing to listen are these right-wing extremists, if it's that, then you're going to fall into that right-wing, community. So I think an importance of community and a welcoming of community is really important. I think that's what we need the most. I think a positive place to go to. Third spaces have been talked about a lot lately, and I think that's really important.
Blunt. And to sit down and stop talking. More hugging, if anything. If we can hug a lot, that'll be cool. A lot of people don't like touching, and it's because they didn't get touched enough. Not in a weird way. Pause! Anyhow, so I definitely feel like people need to be hugged more. Yeah. Like, if they got hugged more, they would feel like there is genuine love out there from certain folks. So
It's hope. It's more than hope, because hope is nice. But it's also grit, I think more than hope, I think the world needs grit. Just the resolve to do something about it. Because you don't have to have hope to do something. You can say, I don't think I'm going to survive this, but I'm not going to go down like a little bitch, you know? I'm not going to let it take, I'm going to go down swinging. And sometimes that's all you need. Like,
Diversity and connection.
You need to elaborate more on that for me.
So, I don't think there will ever be peace because everybody's gonna. People are too greedy. That's left. I mean, but it's also in human nature to want to compete. As far as like, not nobody getting blown up for no reason or shot for no reason. We gotta come together and understand who the enemy is versus our own individual goals. Once we're able to do that, then we head in the right direction. Then we'll be able to make the next step in actually this idea of peace.
Love, patience for sure. I think love and patience would get us way further than frustration, irritation. Everybody always has something to say, but if you just put love and Christ, which is the ultimate love, back into your hearts, it would recenter everybody.
Patience. Patience like a mug. I think if patience, again, effort is involved, you can overcome majority of things. Even me, my situation currently, without the patience I had when I got the job opportunities and the people I've met, because I've came from rock bottom, practically homeless. So we're overcoming step by step and getting better as we become human.
All we need is love. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All we need is love. Love, like they say, conquers a multitude of faults. When we can remember that we're human beings and we want to be loved and accepted, love is something that is really lacking, and that we I think empathy and love and a consciousness of that. I think also it's important in today's time to look at oneself first. There used to be an old song that said, "Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine." I think, I'm not really a singer, but I think if we swept around our own front door, our own house, and got our own business together, we wouldn't have time to be in everybody else's business.
Am I afraid of saying anything? I don't know if I have anything that I'm afraid of saying.
Really?
I try to be as vocal as possible on
Right.
everything and try to be very transparent. I think it's not really that I'm afraid to say it, but without a platform to expand on what I'm saying, is that no one's not bigoted. I think I think saying that I'm not this, I'm not racist, I'm not homophobic implies that you don't have any work to do. I've met a lot of people who say, I'm not racist, I love black people, but they're not willing to dissect what it means to be racist. There are a lot of people who are like, because I have a black friend or companion, that means I'm not racist. But you could still benefit heavily from racist, systematic oppression. You can still benefit greatly from who you are. So if you say, I'm not homophobic because X, Y, Z, are you studying enough to be as helpful in that community as possible, or just be an ally the best way you can? So I try to eliminate I'm not this, unless you just mean it kind of just in the passive way. But like, yeah, I think that's the thing I'm scared of. I don't know. It's not really. That's the best I can give.
Shut the fuck up. That was awesome. Thank you.
And I think pineapples on pizza is actually goated. And I don't care. Pineapples on pizza is actually the correct choice. And I know I'll get a lot of flack for saying that. And I might even get doxxed, and I don't care about that. I know it's a cancelable offense, but I don't think I'm too brave. But in all seriousness, there's not a lot that I am afraid to say.
Fuck Trump, fuck America, fuck all you niggas, fuck all y'all, fuck all y'all. I see where all y'all shit going. I see where all of it go. If this shit give me fire, I don't give a fuck y'all.
Probably that everybody is too sensitive. People need to let shit go, let it roll off, water off a duck's back. I think that people are too scared also to say what they think most of the time. And I feel like if people weren't so sensitive, then people would also be able to say what they think. I think that it's really important that people have different opinions because that's how we continue to learn and grow.
Be kind. Be kind. It's hard, but be kind.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
I don't really have a filter. It's like I don't know.
It's kind of what comes to your brain, you'll say it.
Pretty much. If I
Love
make it, you know, and it's God's will for me to make it in my 90s, I'm gonna be something else.
Yeah.
Because I am as real as it comes.
And does that come with age?
I think it does. For me, it did. For me, you know, when I was younger, it was really important, you know, how what other people thought, how I came across to other people. If you know, did I do this right? Did I do that right? And now I'm more at this age of having peace within myself. And as long as I'm good to people, I'm honest, I live my life with integrity, the people that I'm surrounded around are going to be all right. They will be all right. And so I don't have much of a filter, or there's not many things. I live my life in truth is basically, I guess, what it comes down to, is that I've come to accept who I am, and I basically live my life in truth.
Toy Story. Fuck up those toys. Bam! There's a snake in my. Get your ass out of here. Your infinity and fuck your ass. I'm barely surviving in this one. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want me to push myself up there with the goats, but to live long. I would say the backyard kids, because that's the safest bet in this country. I mean, come on. They just living life in the backyard, making imaginations. I love it.
I think I would survive the longest in the Lord of the Rings universe. Partially because I am femme, and your two options for being a woman are either in the Lord of the Rings universe are technically to cry prettily, to live in the Shire, or to be a badass and survive the end of the book.
Boondocks.
Why do you say
I
that?
would be Huey in that hoe. I would be deep in that hoe. I would be so Huey in that hoe. My brother would definitely be Riley. My brother used to wear cornrows bad when he was younger. Like, he used to be bad as fuck, just like Riley. Like, yeah. And now we got a little sister, but she not mixed. But anyways, sounds fun. But yeah.
Oh, if I could be in any movie universe, I would probably be in the like, what is it, the MC universe? Is that what it is? Yeah,
Avengers kind of thing?
Yeah, the Avengers, definitely. I would love to have, you know, powers. If I had a superpower, it wouldn't be like reading people's minds. It wouldn't be invisibility. It'd be like mind control.
Yeah.
So I could just be like, no, you're not doing that. Just turn right back around, move on. Like, I would love that. So I think I would last. I'd be like the Dark Phoenix, like the Jean Grey of the universe.
You would kill it.
I survive in all universes. Let's get that straight point. If I'm in fucking like Crystal Lake with Jason, nigga, I know not to go in Crystal Lake. Let's get that point. If I'm in, my favorite movie, first of all, is Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy. If I'm not going to sleep, but if I am, I'm making all types of jokes to him and buying time to get them little ass razor blades cut off his hands and throw them in some fire. Let's just get that straight. But when I survived the longest in is some zombie type shit. Like, I don't want to be the I Am Legend, because I thought that was kind of like That could have been better. We ain't gonna say shit, but let's continue. One of the best zombie movies I think was World War Z with all them zombies and like how they concated and like got each other to get to things. You had a certain time period before you lost all humanity to get to that zombie. I think if I was with Brad Pitt, we got to that lab. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We all quiet. Every zombie cut in the head. Why you leaving him? You done go fight him later? Fine, I'll set the trap, and he'll be running, doing like, oh, white man, oh no, got a zombie, got me a miracle. I say, I'm your miracle. Boom, trap, boom, I win. Survive, World War Z, the longest. All them zombies won compared to Theo. Next question.
I don't know how to answer that.
Do you think you would survive in the Marvel universe?
There's always something going on.
Yeah, it is.
Paint a broad paintbrush. Growing up, I think trying to become something of a functional adult in society has been a very hard transition. I think I put a lot of my eggs in one basket in being an artist, and in doing so, I didn't properly feed the well of being an adult, and I think it scares me because it's something that needs to happen, and the attempt at that has been challenging, uncomfortable, not fun, because being an adult is such a vague thing. So what does that even mean? What does that look like? But the vague goal of what I think an adult is obtainable. It's just been scary to do so without fear of hurt, and such, you know?
I want to leave a legacy for my son to the point where the whole world knows how I did it. Like, I don't want to show the whole world, but it's like, pull a Jake. I hit the sun from the world, and the world found it. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, so I'd probably be like, I just want to leave something heavy to the point he showed the world my mama did this.
Honestly, my goal is to have children. And that's something that I'm working toward in like a slow way of like building somewhere with a community, building up that support network, building, financial stuff and getting, financially situated it's in like a 10-year plan, and I'm like getting myself mentally and emotionally ready to make sure I don't repeat the same mistakes that my parents made. And I guess trying to also, I'm confident that I'm not going to parent the way my parents did. And now I just need to get myself to the point where I'm not resigned to also making irreparable mistakes, but instead like coming to the conclusion and making like reckoning with the idea that maybe it's possible to not actually like fuck up my kids, but instead just like, in the way that being human around other people is hazardous and difficult sometimes, but you don't have to hurt the people that you're around in ways that cannot be repaired by saying, I fucked up, I'm sorry. And holding yourself accountable. And like, because I used to be like, I'm not going to make their mistakes, I'm going to make my own mistakes, and my kids will have to go to therapy for that. And instead of that, I'm like, or maybe I could just not hurt them.
Being free. Because I don't know what's after that. That's kind of scary. It's a little scary.
So the biggest thing that I've been working towards in the last year is bringing more joy into my life. So with the day-to-day, we get really hustle and bustle, and we kind of forget to take that time for our own joy. So I've been really focused on bringing joy back into my life, and a lot of that has to do with bringing Christ back into my life, allowing myself to be happy, because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to feel good, feel right, and we need to allow ourselves to do that more.
Becoming world, not leader, but like a bigger part of the world. And that scares me because I know, one, I can do it, and two, it's a goal that comes with a lot of responsibilities, and I know of those responsibilities just in my life and experiences. So, can I take it? Probably. But am I prepared for it mentally, physically, especially spiritually? Do I want to put that, again, that word, effort in, is something to be, determined. And I'm figuring it out now. Sometimes people are a lot to handle, but I know if I give them, again, love and support and effort, then maybe they'll come out. So like becoming a bigger part of the world. Yeah, I don't know how big. Big.
Surviving menopause. I am going through a new season in my life, and I'm in perimenopause still. And the perimenopause, it was delayed a little because I had a child later in life, and then I nursed that child, and now my body is adjusting to and getting ready to enter into this new season. And I sometimes feel like I'm a stranger to my own body and my own self of who I am. And sometimes that could be a little scary, because one of the things that I know is me, but there are times now that I feel like I don't know me. I guess I don't know me, and I can't enjoy things that I used to enjoy, and certain things I have no interest in. It's like my life, like somebody went and turned me upside down and shook me. And now everything is just in disarray, and I have to go reorganize everything and learn everything all over again. I'm always hot in the weirdest places. My feet and my hands are freezing cold. My face is cold, but the center of my body is hot. So, how do you cover up your feet and the top, but you leave your belly out? I mean,
The slow radicalization of myself. I think in deconstructing my spirituality and religion, and deconstructing our social and political construct, our economic construct, I realized that there's boundaries put on me at birth. That I can't go as far as I would love to go because of this and that, because of race, because of finances, because of the social class, the financial class I'm in, and everything like that. And in reading, radical individuals like Karl Marx and James Baldwin and Angela Davis, and learning about the Black Panther Party, you realize that we're deserved way more than what we're given. And so that I think that's when I there wasn't a key point, but there's been a slow process of we shouldn't be taking this, type shit.
For sure, when I came out my mom's womb, like right when I stepped out the air, and like, yeah, I need more. That's when I stepped down and said, this is more. I need more.
I was 19. It's not like there was a specific lightning bolt moment, or if there was, it has been lost to time. But I know that's when that started because, as I've alluded to, my parents, they did their best, and their best was not good enough. And I can both hold space for the way that they were dealt a shit hand by life, and there was no win scenario there. But I can also hold them accountable for the ways that they could have succeeded and could have done better than they did. And that realization that, hey, wait a minute, actually, maybe this isn't normal. Maybe this isn't a safe, loving household. That realization happened when I was 8. And I was out of my parents' house by the time I turned 20.
When I drove off the lot in that vet, that was when I knew anything was motherfucking possible, baby. When I tell you everything was possible, that moment, I tell you, oh Lord, I don't care. Yes, when I drove off, and I didn't even know I was finna get that hell. When I drove off that hell, I knew anything was possible for anybody. That was what I knew. You just gotta work.
Probably whenever I had to kind of break the chain, whenever I was with my son's dad, it was really hard. We weren't like meant to be together. We we didn't fit correctly. And it was really hard because I did love him and we did have a lot of history. But once I did let myself go from that and I stopped putting that pressure to try to force it to make it work, that's when everything's started to actually align in my life. So I guess kind of like relinquishing that control, and letting things just happen to me. That's whenever I kind of
Hitting rock bottom. I would say, like, just, having lack of items or lack of necessity and things I needed. Really realize that I had to go get those things and I can get those things. And realizing once I had those things, I deserve those things. And, learning how to keep those things really helped me put me in check that, yeah, I deserve better. I deserve to keep. So I would say, like, spiritually, that.
The answer and the short version of that answer would be when I realized who I was. And I learned who I was late in life. I discovered myself probably in my 30s. I turned 30. I was going through a divorce. I packed up. I moved across the country, 2,000 miles away. I knew nobody. I showed up in a new state with just $20 in my pocket. Had nowhere to go, nothing. I was on the brink of a nervous breakdown, and I may have had one to do something that crazy. But I was at the bottom of the barrel. And all I wanted was to be loved. And I was seeking this love from external influences. And they never were able to satisfy that yearning I had since I was a little girl. And there I am in Florida, Central Florida, where it rained for no reason. And I would basically hear the rain and wanted to go outside where the rain and let the rain touch my skin. And I found out it was beautiful. And I learned that I was beautiful. And I learned that I knew how to play instruments. I never knew that. I learned I was an artist. I learned I was a free spirit. I learned that I know how to write poetry. I learned that that I was the love of my own life.
Love is blind. I think love is blind. And I don't mean just visually. I think love is a constant, inconsistent feeling. I think love is a choice. I think you can feel an affection for someone, but you can choose to stay with that person. You can choose to work hard with this individual. You can choose to constantly evolve with this person. Because if you're going strictly on feeling, then love is going to go away. I'm with someone right now who I've been with longer than I think I have with anyone else. And there's days where there's days I don't like them. There's days that you feel like you don't love them. There's days like that, and you choose to continue on. Even if it feels uncomfortable, and you just choose, because that feeling's gonna go away. So, yeah.
That's not some. It's more of a feeling. So that's something you can show it too. You can show love, and it's a feeling as well. It's almost everything. It could be an object, a person. It's something that you are passionate about. Like, you look at that thing and go, I love you. You sit there and you just go, I love you. Simple as that. You can change a lot of things. You can tell your dog, I love you. They have no idea what that means, but they know that's my dog. That's my dog.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Sorry, I am a meme fiend. I think love is a series of choices. I remember having such a visceral response to the song Girls, Girls, Boys by Panic at the Disco because in the chorus, Brendan Urie's singing, love is not a choice. And I know he means like attraction is not something that you have control over. And if you think you do, that means that you're not straight. If you think you do, that means you have options, not choices, baby. No, because love is the most beautiful choice you can make. It's part of it comes from my religion. I follow Christianity. And that's something where, it's all about choice and being able to make choices. And God is love, and God wants us to be able to choose. And that means that love is being able to choose, That compromise, that, well, I like pineapples on pizza, but my partner does not like pineapples on pizza, so we'll compromise. And I will not have pineapples on pizza because I want him to be able to eat the pizza instead of, us having to, buy our own.
It's an idea. Basically, to sum it up, it's an idea.
Well, you can elaborate more if you want to, but if you want to end it there, we can.
Now I'm gonna leave it like that.
Leave it like that?
Leave it
Okay.
just like that. It's an idea.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rod, for doing this interview. I do appreciate it.
Yep.
You have a good one.
I think love has a lot to do with connection. So I think that the way that we connect with people is really what love is about. So being around your family, being around your friends, it's not necessarily, a lot of people confuse lust with love, and that's definitely not love. So, being able to be, and also I think love also has a lot to do with giving to others. So the more that you give to others, the more that you receive back in the world. And that's what brings love about. It's not really getting everything that you want or getting, having everything handed to you or being selfish. A lot of times you feel better about yourself whenever you're just giving and giving and giving.
I don't know. I don't know what love is. It can't be determined by humans and people, but I know what it feels like. And that shit's awesome. It's like a dope. It's like a whole different drug. That motherfucker, like, that's love right there. Don't know what it is. See? Made you look. That's the idea. And that's what love is. I think someone awesome said it. Idea. We'll go with idea. But I know what it feels like once again. Don't know.
Love is patience, it's kind, and it lists all of these attributes of love. I think a lot of times people forget that those attributes of love should apply to themselves first. They should be patient with themselves first. So love is patient, it's kind. You should be kinder to yourself. Give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is cold. This is Coca-Cola soda.